it amazes me how little room there is over here. When I crest that hill like in iRacing, I think I have another lane, and there is absolutely not a lane there. I end up in the dirt a lot.
Yeah, so do I.
Welcome to another edition of SVG Racing School. I'm the student, Steve Letard, with the teacher, Shane van Gisbergen. We're going to talk Sonoma Raceway up in Napa, and why not have the defending race winner in the house. First of all, congratulations for that big win last year. Where does Sonoma rank on all the road courses?
It's definitely up there, yeah. Awesome high grip track, really fast flowing, but also technical. Lots of give and take corners, I guess you call them, and when you get it right there, it's really rewarding. Do you have like one favorite section? Because you have slow turn 11, the uphill, the downhill. Is there one part you really love? Probably 3A and B, or whatever it's called here. The numbers always confuse me, but up over that crest, when you can get that right, there's a lot of time there.
Of course, he likes the technical. Well, let's take a look at it. So Sonoma Raceway, 11 corners up in the upper area of California. We'll jump right into it. All right, Shane, don't laugh at my drawing, but this is a very curvy racetrack. You talk about it's flowing. I draw here because there's so many different ways to run this track. You see all the extra pavement, but that's basically what it looks like. You're not going to give me a grade? I feel like there was a smart comment coming about that bad drawing right there.
You missed a few apexes there.
I do. All right, well, let's jump right into it then. Let's start with the uphill. That was a great overall lap, start-finish line. I want to talk about the load. So as a crew chief, when the car really pushes in the ground, it actually can be troublesome. Like right here, I always think the front tires don't want to work as well as you want. They kind of skid across the pavement.
Yeah, and you want the car as low as possible in these cars to keep the grip. But as you have that load in the car as you're heading up the hill, it's so compressed. And then you hit that bump, and we all struggle with the cars bottoming out. So you see a lot of errors there and a lot of people losing the rear. It's really hard to stay in the throttle across that bump.
So I paused it here because this is coming into, I'm going to call it 3 and 3A. People call it different things. 3, though, the first left-hander, really compressed, and then 3A is crusting the hill. How much do you give up, like this compression area to match the top? Like, how do you run the combo of the corners?
Yeah, it's a real kind of flip-flop corner. The way you enter is weird too, how the track goes slightly to the right. But as you land here, you have so much grip as the car compresses, and then the opposite as you come over the hill when the car gets light. So it's a real compromise, and you have so many different grip levels. I believe there's a patch somewhere there too, so you kind of hit that and it grips up and then loses a lot of grip too in the middle of the day with the sun. So it's a really tricky little section.
So I have tried it, and I just can't keep up. I just don't have the ability to drive. So tell me what you're looking at here. That's my question, right?
Yep.
Are you looking at the curbing? Are you looking at a spot in the distance? Like, how do you know where to crest this hill since it's blind?
I'm trying to aim for the curbing, I guess, and then...
So you're looking kind of towards this. You're trying to get over to that curb.
Yeah, and then you try and hug it as long as possible. And if your car's a bit tight, which I do get, sometimes you can clip it as well, and that helps to turn. But it's, I just clipped it there, see? But it's really hard to put the power down here as you come over the crest. There's not much grip at all.
Every time I see this, it amazes me how little room there is over here. You know, like when I crest that hill, like in iRacing, I think I have another lane, and there is absolutely not a lane there. I end up in the dirt a lot, driver's left.
Yeah, so do I. And then again, if you just touch the curbing or the dust, you have that dust on your tire, and then you go into this corner and you have no grip. So there's always dust there, and you come around that corner and you run over something, you know you're going to slide at the next corner. It's a really fine line.
So you mentioned turn 7. Which is not the next corner. It's across that straightaway. I always thought turn 4 is the passing zone, but you use 4 to set up 7. I've seen you make that pass many times.
I think so, yeah. I don't know why it goes from turn 4 to turn 7. American numbers always confuse me.
I can answer the question because there's a whole bunch of the infield that has the rest of the corners that we don't run anymore.
Yeah.
The carousel. You don't want any part of that.
Yeah. This corner is so weird with the extra grip. You kind of carry more speed than you want. To that dark seal on the outside is painted and has a lot more grip.
Out here, you mean?
Yeah.
So this area out here. So the track itself, you know, by design, is right here. There are some rumble strips that look pretty smooth, but you're saying to the left of that has some sealer.
Yeah, so you'll see everyone runs out there, and then it's a rush to get back on track before the tire wall. And then you can see how it's gone light on exit.
Yeah.
It goes away during the race as that paint wears away. So the grip comes and goes a fair bit.
And then right here, turn 7, this big inside curb. Do you use that to help turn the car as well sometimes, or you try to avoid it with this car?
Bit of both. When it's not turning, you can use it to your advantage, or sometimes you can just put your right rear on it and it kind of hooks the car around. But yeah, you want to ideally have a setup good that you don't need to use it. But
so you can laugh, but as a crew chief, I know turn 7, I know turn 10, and I don't know anything in the middle. Because in my mind, like I can't help you there. Like that has to be all driver. So kind of walk me through the S's. So now you're out of 7, and now it's downhill. It's on and off the throttle, very part throttle. You said rear tires are a big challenge.
Yeah, you've just, out of that corner, it's first gear, and you've just killed your rear tires all the way. So this year I see it being more of a challenge with the extra heat with the time of year, and then more power as well. And then you come into here and your rear tires are just screaming. So you never have any grip left when you get to this corner.
So I actually think to be a winner here, I used to focus on turn 10. And here's why I say that, because when we were good in 10, it would just take all the pressure off turn 11. You could overtake in 11. You could defend in 11. What I always found in the old car was as you come down this hill is right here, you're turning left. So the left front tire is very light, and you have to like set the front tires down to turn right into turn 10. Is that still a concern?
Yeah, you'll probably see if you skip forward a bit, all the lockup marks on the curb and just past it. So the right or the left front is very light.
Yeah, I can see it hopping even right there.
Even there. And then you've just locked that tire, then you got to try and load the car and use it. So it's a real compromise on how much you attack that for how much grip you're going to have.
And this is the sketchiest. Like at qualifying, somebody always gets off here. It's the fastest area of the racetrack, and it goes into hit play because then there's this big braking zone into turn 11.
Yeah, and that's the first corner of the lap in qualifying as well with the alternate start-finish line. So kind of sets up how your lap's going to go if you have that grip.
And now here's restarts. This is heading down into that turn 4. Let's talk about this. At this point right here, you have control of the race. How much are you looking in your mirror, or do you just, if you hit your mark, hope they don't run you over? Like, how much are you looking forward versus backwards?
Well, it's hard because you never know what side to start the race on because it's lefts up to turn 1, but then you've got 5 rights in a row, basically. So I ended up choosing the right, but when you get to 3A, if you've still got the lead.
Well, here, hold on. I could take you to that. We're actually prepared. We got to restart here somewhere. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
So here you go. Your driver's right on this restart.
Yeah, and I never knew which side to take, and
because you're going to be on the outside for the first corner.
You're on the outside, and you kind of got to hang there, but then you've got the advantage for the rest of the corners. But then there's grip here on the outside at 1, which Briscoe showed, and he almost got me 1 lap, but we touched there. But it's very hard.
And right here, is this where you're trying to shut the door? Like you at this point, right? You are trying to get, in front of the night. You feel like you've cleared them, so you're going to kind of try to crowd them and take the spot away.
I think in that was the very last one I cleared him.
This is last restart of the race.
But the other ones we were side by side all the way through the 3 and 4 corners, which was difficult. But if you get clear, you're fine for this part.
Yeah, because the back and forth. Looking back at your stuff, most of your passes are in turn 7. So talk about right here. You're chasing McDowell. Now we're downhill into 4 and then across to 7. It looks like you have a great run, but you patiently just kind of chase the 71 off the corner.
Yeah, again, I think I have a tire advantage, but you can shortcut the corner to the apex at 7. So it gives you a bad exit, but you kind of can sneak up the inside by shortcutting it. So pretty classic pass everyone kind of pulls and seems to work really well.
We have it again on board here, and this kind of starts climbing the hill.
Very hard to follow up the hill here when you're behind. You don't have much line of sight.
Like I thought you were trying to set him up earlier, and I can't tell if you got more curb than you wanted there.
Oh yeah, that's a mistake.
Right here. Okay, all right. So
I didn't mean to do that. There. Yeah. But yeah, thankfully I think I was on new tires again coming through, and that kind of helped us.
And then you kind of poke out. He knows you have tires, so he's just going to concede. He doesn't want to drag race off down here.
Yeah, he made that easy.
Double duty. You're going to run the O'Reilly race on Saturday, the Cup race on Sunday. Do you enjoy getting extra laps on a weekend?
Yeah, I do, especially a track like that. I find it pretty beneficial. The track, I find, changes a lot. So running on Saturday, you get to see that evolution of it.
SVG Racing School, Sonoma.